Hey, small group leaders. It is December, and so we are kicking off a new theme, which is called Get Wrapped Up. And this is your small group lesson for your kindergartners through second graders. So we are going to spend the whole month talking about what we get wrapped up in, things that we should be wrapped up in, and things that we shouldn't be wrapped up in. So for this first Sunday coming up, we're actually going to talk about don't get wrapped up in your stuff. And we're going to hear the Bible story about the man in the bigger barns who basically had more stuff and just built bigger barns to put more of his stuff in, and then he died and it got given away to someone else. So that's kind of the story that we're doing this weekend. One of the things that we're going to be focused on this whole month is actually making gifts for parents because on the last weekend before Christmas, we're actually going to let them wrap their presents. And so basically what they're making is, everybody's doing this, including preschool. They're going to have little plastic ornaments that are in two pieces. You've probably seen this done before. We're going to give them little strips of paper that have pretty color Christmas patterns on one side and are plain on the other. And what they want to do is, this is going to be their gift to their parents, is their Christmas wishes for their parents. And so as kids, a lot of times they don't feel like they can choose to do for people what they would like to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask them, if you could get anything for your mom and dad or your grandma, grandpa, whoever the main adult in their house is, what would it be, or what are some things that you would want to get for your parents if you could do it? No limits. So they're going to want their main activity is called wishes, and that's exactly what they're going to be working on. You're going to give them at least 5 of those strips. If we can do more than that, that's great. But they're going to write on strips like as many things as they can come up with that they would love to give their parents for Christmas. So we are talking about stuff, but we're getting them to think about being generous and giving to other people, because we are talking about generosity. It is our life app, and we're defining it as making someone's day by giving something away. So that's going to be their activity that they're going to do. If we have to do it the next week, we will, because we want it to be ready for that last weekend in December. So just kind of look at that and trying to, get them to fill out the strips. Once they fill them out, each kid's going to have a baggie. They're going to put their strips in the baggie, write their name on the baggie, and then we'll kind of set those aside and hold on to them till we get closer to the end of the month to do that. So that's your main activity. It's your priority. It's what you're going to work on first. Even though it doesn't necessarily reflect what we talk about this weekend, it is something that we're going to do. You do, however, have 2 other activities. So depending on how quickly they go through that, you have something called empty presents, and this is a relay activity. So if they need to burn off some energy, it's great, and it's with the memory verse. So you're going to have 2 boxes, and at the bottom of each box is going to be our memory verse. It looks like this. It'll be taped to the bottom. And then the 2 boxes are going to be filled with all kinds of stuff, like packing material. And you're going to divide your kids up into 2 teams. You're going to have 2 empty boxes at the other end of the little area that you're going to do this in. So what they're going to do is they're going to take a handful of material. They're going to take a handful of the stuff. And they're going to take it out of the box and run it down and put it in the other box. And their goal is to get their box empty so that they can see the memory verse. So the first team to empty their box of their stuff and say the memory verse together, they win, basically. So we're sort of applying the idea of getting rid of stuff so you have room to give to somebody else. So that's kind of the idea. And then your third activity is called Story Wrap. And you have a story panel that reviews the story about the man in the bigger barns. So you're going to give them one of these, and then you're going to review the story. And as they're doing it, they can color it. And actually, if you just want to send this home with them, you can do that if they don't get to the activity. So that's a review of the Bible story. So focus on getting those little Christmas wish things done, and then the other 2 things you can do on your own. But that's what we're going to do for this weekend. So looking forward to seeing you, and thanks, and have a good time.